Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle 2, where we have made our way to the, what's it called? Wooded Plateau. We've solved the first 4 puzzles, as well as one of the lost puzzles. We've got 4 more main puzzles, another lost. The Golden Gate we can't get to. There's a lost lab somewhere, as well as 2 stars to find. So, let's be about it, shall we? We do have one question which is unanswered, which is what the heck was that power switch at puzzle 4? What did that do? What did that interact with? We don't know the answer yet, but we flipped it on, I believe. I guess I'll double check before we proceed. But it was off when we first arrived, when we first approached. And we've turned it on. So, not sure what this does. But there you go, it's on. Alright. So we're going to continue around the perimeter here as best we can, sticking to the right wall. We've got some things here. Let's see. The remainder of the interesting things are to the right. I can't remember if we've been inside whatever this is on our left here. And here is Yakut, I think? Nothing new to say there. This was puzzle 1, so we've been inside puzzle 1. We can see the rail there of the transport network. What is this leading to? Another of these strange triangular, like, position markers? I'm not even sure what to call this. We continue along the edge here. Eventually, we'll come towards this Sphinx statue. Excuse me.
So these monuments represent each of the entities. Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
Let's see what this is. 2478. Ah, so maybe that's the power switch. So we might have missed a power switch at 2. I think we should go check that out. We do have some new content here. Engraving. Taking a reference photo in case I want to figure this out later. Yeah, let's head back to 2, if we can find it, and see if we can find another power switch. Perhaps we can. So let's see. Oh, there's another Prometheus spark, in case we want to skip puzzles, which we do not. So 2 was over this way, I believe. Yeah, this is 2. So is there a hidden power switch somewhere around the exterior of the puzzle? This could be tough to find. Who's this? Byron? Byron has something new to say.
How can I help you?
What do you make of the Sphinx?
I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed.
I agree. To what end, I don't know, but that's the question all of us are asking, right? Alright, somewhere on the exterior of puzzle 2, there must be a power switch, I'm guessing. Or it seems like maybe it could be inside? Hidden away behind a nook or cranny? I'm not seeing it on the exterior here anywhere. Wait. Nope. Alright, so I don't see another number marker. We didn't see anything around the exterior. So maybe there's a power switch in here somewhere that we've missed somehow. Let's take a close look at the walls. Like behind this tree, perhaps. In the first game, there were often like little areas where things would be hidden. I don't remember using this jammer. Let's see what else we can investigate here. I want to look carefully because, like, it's something I could easily miss, I feel. Feels like somewhere in 2 there should be another power switch to turn on. But if there is, I don't see where. Feels like we've now done a pretty exhaustive examination here. Maybe it's not inside, maybe it's nearby outside? There doesn't seem to be anywhere we can jump up to get height. To do anything like, you know, bouncing around up on things. Finding it that way. Let me see. Let's take a look around higher. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. It could be kind of hidden inside, like, moss, greenery like this. It could be that I've actually been near it and just didn't see it because it was covered. That feels a little bit sneaky. So there doesn't seem to be, I don't see anything here at puzzle 2. When we saw the Sphinx, it seemed like pretty straightforward and obvious to me that it's saying there's a switch at each of these 4 puzzles, 2, 4, 7, and 8. Because we did find the one at 4. But a cursory inspection, I'm not seeing it. It could be around the edge, like on a tree or something, I suppose. There were no cables coming from the switch at 4. It was just on a marker. Maybe I abused the camera here a little bit, the photo mode, to try and get a feel for whether it's like high up, some sort of platforming puzzle to get somewhere. Or if I've missed something. Let's take a look with the, let's go ahead and take a look around. It's a little bit quiet because the music stops in photo mode. I'm just looking to see if there's anything high up. You know what I mean? Like, if I can see a fallen marker or an area that I didn't somehow get to. It's actually kind of nice to go high up because it screens out a lot of the foliage. Yeah, whatever it is, I'm not seeing it. It has trouble navigating through trees, it seems. Yeah, I don't see a switch here, so I may just have missed it. Or I may be misinterpreting that clue and there's not actually a thing here. Could it be back here in one of these little narrow areas that seem like we can't get to them? Where would you be, Mr. Switch? Like hidden in ivy somewhere? That feels like a possibility. It's very easy for me to miss things like that. I don't know. Well, if there is a switch here, I can't see it. So I think we're going to have to drop this for the time being and come back, revisit this later. Like there's a little area over here that would be hard to get into. Could there be a switch in here? Doesn't seem like it. Huh. 2478. I was sure I was onto something there. I was sure I had found like the secret of that Sphinx puzzle, but whatever it is, I don't see it. And I don't see another marker. Like there were 3 of them at 4. One of which had the power switch on it. So I'm not seeing anything like that. All right. Well, for now, we're going to have to let this go. Which, believe me, is very, very challenging and difficult for me. Let's go find Area 5. I still haven't had a chance to have a good talk with Alcatraz yet. I don't know where he would be. If we find switches at 7 or 8, that would be an indicator that I was on the right track, and we've just missed it somehow over at 2. Here's 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, the Golden Gates and the other Lost puzzle are along this path. Now, there's Yakut again. We were over there at the Sphinx in our exploration, so let's continue from there. There's Melville. Nothing new to say. Okay. Yeah, 2, 4, 7, 8. No idea. All right. Here's puzzle 5. And what do we have over here? I suppose one of the lost puzzles could be the 2. Like if one of the lost puzzles was originally meant to be puzzle number 2, it seems possible that there could be a switch there, right? If we could find it. Let's go up and over here. We haven't seen this area yet. What is this? Oh, we've got another terminal here. Or no, what is this? It is a terminal. Okay. Lift Razor 02.
While exploring the forest, I came across a sight of primal force. A beautiful stag, standing on a hill silhouetted against the setting sun. It appeared like a messenger from some divine natural power, perhaps from Gaia herself. Even to a being such as myself, less susceptible to manipulation by instincts and hormones, it was clearly a moment of revelation. In such moments, we are told to avert our eyes. But what if we do not? What will we discover if we look more closely? If we could speak to the stag, what wisdom would it have to offer? The answer is none. The stag is an animal of overwhelming stupidity, driven only by fear, hunger, and lust. There is no abyss for us to plunge into behind this revelation. Rather, the revelation is as flat and unreal as the plywood walls of a film set.
Wow. Lift Racer seems to be searching for meaning and seems almost angry at how little meaning there is to be had from the natural world. He feels awe and glory and wonder, but he's disappointed that it doesn't lead anywhere. All these feelings he's having don't give him the meaning that he wants. They don't seem to lead to a grand answer that he feels almost entitled to, it seems. That's what I'm taking away from his stuff. Here we have the remains of, looks like a vehicle? A machine of destruction, a tank. An armored war machine invented by ancient humans used to kill other humans and destroy infrastructure. Despite their crude appearance, great ingenuity went into the creation of these despicable machines. True enough. Oh, okay, we've got, this is so strange. This is the second one of these we've seen. A random hologram in the middle of nowhere that you can't interact with. The first one showed like some sort of drone. This one shows 4 human beings. Crying? Grieving? They seem very upset. I don't know what to make of that either. Very odd. Let's continue around the outer edge for the moment here. Just see what else we can find. Wow. Another huge map. Very large area. Hard to navigate. Hard to understand. Gosh, yeah, there's just so much to see. All right, that's a definite edge right there. Mostly just woods, right? Nothing... We occasionally find something like that hologram, but mostly it's just woods. We have a structure here that we'll investigate momentarily. Yeah, let's see what this is. There's another puzzle here. Is this a lost puzzle? What is this? This is 7. So this would be another one where we would be looking for another... There's a power switch. Was it just on the back of 2? Did I miss something that obvious? It could be. All right, so we've done 4 and 7. In terms of the Sphinx puzzle, at least. Lots of nature sounds. Again, in the simulation in the first game, there was very little life that we could find. This does seem vaguely climbable. Yeah, we can get up on here, but then what? There's no point, right? Okay. What else can we see? What else can we find? That looked like a thing briefly, like a cave or a hole we could sneak into, creep into. There doesn't seem to be a crouch button in the game. Okay, where's this? What is this over here that this is taking us to? Is this 8? It might be. I think it has to be 8. No, it's a lost puzzle. Okay. One of the lost puzzles. God, this area, these maps are just so big. It's so hard to, like, keep track of where everything is. I don't even know where I am right now in relation to, like, the central area. What do we got over here? This could be 8, perhaps? We've got a large lake, or shallow lake, I guess, around it. And get a little bit higher up here. Come see what this is all about. The hell am I? How have I not, like, circled back to somewhere I've seen before already? Okay, what is this? Let's find out what this is. My God, this place is enormous. Oh, here are the golden gates. Okay. Another pair of these. That's a big building. What else we got going on? I think we're coming back towards the tower now. Yeah, all right. So we're getting close. Here we have another hologram. Is this
We begin with the self.
Stratton of
because
Tragira?
that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact?
A radiator. Unlike ourselves, our ancestors could only survive in a limited spectrum of temperatures. Devices such as this one allowed them to artificially create the conditions that allowed them to thrive. So it did. A lot of running around and God, this, how big is this place? That's finally getting back to where we started. All right, we've got 5 puzzles done. And there's the transport out. Let's head back to 2 really quickly and just check the backside of the the number marker, because 4 and 7 both had it there, and maybe I just missed it. Maybe it was right there, really obvious, right on the back, and I just missed it. So here's 2. There it is. I can't believe how much time I spent looking for that. All right. So we've got 2, 4, and 7. If we get through 8, we're done. Let's get back to puzzling now. We got to hit number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Plus there's the lost puzzle we found. Let's start with 5. Let's see. And this is 1. 5 is over this way. All right. Yeah, okay. So we finally circumnavigated the entire area, but man, is it huge. Yeah, okay, let's go this way. I suppose we could look for 8 first and flip the switch and see what we get. I think it's just going to be a star. Here's 5. 8's over here. Another big column here. I do remember, yeah, there's that, there's something high up that we have to connect at some point. Where's 8? Was this 8? We have another terminal here. I don't think we've done this one. The New Theology 1, author 5358. From the New Theology by George Bernard Shaw. The object of the whole evolutionary process is to realize God. That is to say, instead of the old notion that creation began with God, a personal being who, being perfect, created something lower than himself, the aim of the new theology is to turn that process the other way, and to conceive of the force behind the universe as working up through imperfection and mistake to a perfect organized being, having the power of fulfilling its highest purposes. In a sense, there is no God as yet achieved, but there is that force at work making God, surging and struggling through us to become an actual organized existence, enjoying what to many of us is the greatest conceivable ecstasy, the ecstasy of a brain and intelligence actually conscious of the whole, and with executive force capable of guiding it to a perfectly benevolent and harmonious end. That is what we are working to. An interesting idea. L1C Niam here failed to load the profile of the author. From Lives of the First Companions by Randolph 777, some ciphertext followed by the phrase, after all. After these events, Niam decided to consult the writings of the ancients. But while philosophy and religion interested her, it was art in all its forms that came as a revelation. To her delight, she discovered that meaning was not something constructed purely out of logic or will, but that it could also be found in stories. That even when the characters and events of a story were not factual, they had a validity and weight, as if they somehow were real after all. She was astonished that such a profound experience was freely available to all humans, but concerned that too few took advantage of it. So she set out to enrich the inner lives of her fellow citizens by promoting the arts, starting with the legacy of Gehenna. Niam sounds nice. I'd love to meet her one day. She must know more about New Jerusalem art history than anyone. Failed to load profile. Who is leaving these comments? Who is writing these texts? Because they're about New Jerusalem. So it's like maybe Lift Racer and his group, or maybe this 5358 person. But then how would they not have met Niam? Niam was one of the first companions. So this person says, Niam sounds nice. I would love to meet her one day. But how could you not have met someone who was there from the start? Very intriguing. We have another document here, Leviathan. From the introduction to Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. Nature, the art whereby God has made and governs the world, is, by the art of man, as in many other things, so in this also imitated, that it can make an artificial animal. For seeing life is but a motion of the limbs, the beginning whereof is in some principal part within. Why may we not say that all automata, engines that move themselves by springs and wheels as does a watch, have an artificial life? For what is the heart but a spring, and the nerves but so many strings, and the joints but so many wheels, giving motion to the whole body, such as was intended by the artificer? Art goes yet further, imitating that rational and most excellent work of nature, man. For by art is created that great Leviathan called a commonwealth, or state, in Latin civitas, which is but an artificial man, though of greater stature and strength than the natural, for whose protection and defense it was intended, and in which the sovereignty is an artificial soul, as giving life and motion to the whole. 5358% ampersand. Lastly, the pacts and covenants, by which the parts of this body politic were at first made, set together and united, resemble that fiat, or the let us make man pronounced by God in the creation. The commenter says, it's obvious that Hobbes has read Stratton and is extrapolating the Talos principle to the level of the state. But unlike Stratton, all he wishes for at the end of the day is a powerful ruler to control the machine, to tell him what to do. Yeah, so many people are looking for meaning from somebody else, are looking to be told how to live their life, right? Even amongst the new humans. It's very interesting and confusing. Like, you grow up as a kid and you're told, okay, you're going to get a job, then you're going to get married, then you're going to have kids, then you're going to retire, then you're going to die, right? And if you do all that well, that means you lived a good life, right? I think a lot of people just accept that. They're just like, okay, if that's what the meaning of life is, then that's what I'll do, and I'll try to do a good job at it. But there are others, in particular philosophers, who reject that external meaning, that external purpose handed to them, right? Kind of like Prometheus handed fire to humanity, and say, I want more than that. I want to understand. I want to choose my own purpose. I want to figure out what the meaning is, not as decided for me by my parents, but as interpreted by me from the nature of reality and existence itself. And then you have someone like Hobbes and Stratton who are saying, isn't everything an echo of everything else? Isn't there similarities between everything? Can't the universe be alive just the way automata can, and humans can, and cities can? And what does that mean? And what do we extract from that, right? They're getting into some advanced topics here that weren't really covered in the first game. Oh, we finally get to meet Alcatraz.
Everything okay?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now, and there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. so I got involved with the administration side of things. Making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world.
So there we have another echo of that theme we were just reading about, which is Alcatraz here was given a purpose by the founder, and that's sufficient for him. He's perfectly fine living up to that. But he now, like many others in New Jerusalem, who don't have that adventurous spirit, who don't question everything, who aren't trying to find their own purpose in life, are sort of at a loss. We saw that at the very beginning of the game. We hit the 1,000 with 1K. We completed the purpose. What the hell do we do now? And that's the problem with receiving a purpose from someone else instead of creating your own, is if you achieve it, what do you do after that? What does the goal mean to you?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours.
Okay, I mean, that's interesting. It's an idea of living in balance. But at a certain point, I mean, I guess even with only 1,000 new humans, there's always going to be conflict, differences of opinion, people who are adjusting the balance one way or another. So you could make an argument that if your purpose in life is to maintain that balance and preserve the stability for future generations and hope that they do the same, just to keep the species in a good place for eternity, that's fine. But then where's the growth? Where's the maturation? Where's the change? Because it's going to happen. So, let's keep investigating what he thinks. What do you think of that lab I found?
I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous.
Couldn't it be another part of the test, though, to see if we can locate it? What about the megastructure?
I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand.
The Sphinx?
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
I beg your pardon? What is New Alexandria? Alexandra Drennan was the progenitor. Was there another city at some point besides New Jerusalem? Why can't I follow up on that? That is really interesting to me. I want to hear more about New Alexandria. Do you consider Byron a friend? He does you, as far as I can tell.
Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying.
I like that you can disagree and still be friends.
The founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye.
What do you think about the puzzles?
Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea.
Okay. Team Spirit, talk to each member of your team. Very nice. So I'm looking for puzzle 8, which is right here. Let's flip the switch. There we go. Let's head back and get our star. Where was it? Where was this? It was near the water, right? Oh, I don't know where it is. I've forgotten how we got there now. Is that the Sphinx? No, that's not the Sphinx. That's something else, right? That's Pandora? Another symbol. This one I don't understand. That's... Oh, she wants a green laser beam. Okay, so we'll have to think about that. Where was the Sphinx? I'm so lost, you guys. It was near water, but... I don't think it was here. I think it was further north here. Oh, it's right here. Okay, great. Mistress of Riddles, solve one Sphinx monument.
Leads to another question. The last answer leads to the first question.
A good point. Okay, that done. We found another thing over there. The Pandora puzzle. She wants a green laser beam. So we've got 6, 7, a question mark, and 8. What is the question mark? Well, all right. Let's do puzzle 6 since we're here. We'll start here. We'll see if we can solve this one quickly before the episode timer runs out. And then next time we'll kind of check out 7, question mark, star, 8, lost puzzle, and then make our way over to the tower. All right, so this one's called Passage. So obviously we've got... Oh, okay. I didn't actually intend to do that. I was trying to pick that up. So obviously we've got a fan here, but we can't pass through there even if we powered this with something because we've got the blue gate. So what else do we have? Why is there a ladder here? Okay, we have a driller here. Very strange. Why would there be a driller? Like, the only thing we can do is make a hole right there, and why do we care? Does that let us get somewhere? We can't jump out of that. That's an odd one. Okay, what else have we got? Not sure what to make of the driller. Let's head back up here. So, if we place this, let's see. Is there anything else we can drill? I didn't remember seeing any other metal walls. Like, for right now, the only thing I can think to do is power that, which then sends us over here. And now we're back to here. So we could carry something through with us, maybe. Let's take the fan up there. And then we can, like... we can use this. Now we can take this driller with us. And And then we can drop this outside. So now we have a driller outside instead of the fan. How does that help us? I guess we can open this and then climb back up and send this out through the hole. All right, so now we've retrieved the second driller. Where else can we drill, though? Was there another metal wall? I guess we take this up with us, and drop it off, and get the fan back. Yeah, the only way I'm going to be able to do this is... like so. Okay. So now we can power the fan, but can it break through the... Am I wrong about the blue gate there? Yeah, we can't get through this. What is the deal then? What's powering that? I don't see another metal wall anywhere. What is that? What is that right there? Is that a camera? What is that? We don't really need this powered anymore, so we could do something. Okay, from here, we can aim this at something. What is that? What is that thing up there? I don't know what that is. It seems like our goal is to use this driller here for something, but I don't know what to do. I have a... okay, so maybe whatever that thing is, maybe it's something we can interact with, or... That's not drilling anything. Like, we can shoot the beam through here, but what's the point? Can we drill through the blue gate? No. Oh, man. What are we doing here? There's the metal wall there. I mean, we're close, right? We're close. But we're not quite there yet. Oh, that's metal, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, hold on. So we need to drop whatever's up there. Can I aim... Can I aim the second one? Ah, here we go. Okay. We can aim this, I think. So I think we need the fan first up there so we can... Yeah, because we need to... Okay, we're gonna have to do this again. We need both things on the outside. So let's grab this. Come over here. Get this. Okay, I think I have it now. We need both of these outside so we can do that. Come over here and get one hole. And then use the second one through this one. And drop the thing we're trying to find. Yeah, this thing. Okay. Alright, what is this? A jammer? Very nice. Okay, there we go. We got it now, guys. So... We need to get the fan back. Oops. Oh, that was a mistake. Drop that. Bring it over here. Actually, we don't even need this, right? Because we can just do this. We can jam it like so. There we go. And puzzle solved. All right, folks, there's number 6 solved. We have new content available. What is this? The Progenitor Portrait Series. Rodame727 has painted a portrait of Alexandra. Hi everyone, this is the latest in my portrait series. I've always had a deep respect for the progenitor, Alexandra Drennan. She didn't just create the founder and save humanity, she also tried to instill us with a sense of beauty and wonder. Rodame titles this piece, It Was Good to Be Human. Niam says, as usual, please keep in mind that we should focus on engagement with the work. Don't ask yourself whether it's good or bad, but how it makes you feel. Udaha says, beautiful work, Rodam. Gives me a bittersweet, wistful feeling. She must have been a great person. Jefferson says, to me, it really captures her bravery in the face of what the cosmos had thrown at her. And Thekla says, it's well done, but I'm not sure it's appropriate for us to depict the progenitor this way. How does 1K feel? It's a beautiful piece. The feeling I get from it is she's looking at the stars for maybe the last time. She started to show symptoms. Her work is complete. She's achieved her life's purpose and has hope for the future. And so now she's just taking in the things, not just at the end of her life, but the end of humanity. I think staring up at the stars and thinking about all the humans who looked at them and the fact that she might be the very last one to do so is probably deeply sad, but also somehow awe-inspiring. All right, let's look at our options here. It's important to remember she was a real person. This highlights her bravery in the face of death. The painting makes me sad. Your painting powerfully evokes her belief in a bright future. We shouldn't forget other people contributed too. Yeah, my interpretation, which by default has to be 1K's interpretation, is that, yeah, she's looking at the stars for the last time and full of deep sadness that no one else will get to enjoy it, that she won't get to enjoy it, that there's that hope, that sense of satisfaction that she completed what she did. But after that, after you achieve your purpose, it's the same thing I was saying earlier in the episode. After you achieve the goal, what comes next? I guess it's the same for those who achieve goals they grant themselves as it is for people who receive them from others. But yeah, this painting makes me sad. How come? I think the sadness has to deal with this because so much has been lost. Niam says, more than most understand, but I hope art can at least help us preserve a memory of the people we lost. Maybe even more than a memory, but something more essential. Yeah, it's a beautiful photo. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break here. When we come back next time, we will proceed with the remaining puzzles on the island and then make our way to the tower, hopefully to light up the second laser. Sooner or later, we're going to have to figure out those gold gates, but it seems like not yet. And other than that, as always, thank you so much for watching. Love that you guys are enjoying the series and leaving me comments and stuff. This series is so thought-provoking. I feel it's a good conversation game. It really sparks a lot of interesting thought and debate. But that's going to be it for me for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Take care.